Welcome to episode 49 of the State of the Market for Law Firm Sales in 11 minutes. My name is Jeremy Pook and I lead Senior Attorney Match. And today's episode will be the first of three episodes that is going to focus on the treasure chest of digital value that senior attorneys present to growing law firms. That first treasure chest of digital value is the hundreds, even thousands of Google reviews that senior attorneys present when they join growing law firms. We'll have three topics today, really two topics plus our buzzer beater. So let's jump into our first topic, topic number one. So for our first topic is the pre-sale value of that treasure chest number one, 5-star Google reviews. So here we are in the mid 2020s where the law firm sales that we continue to see is what we call law firm sales 1.0. In law firm sales 1.0, the primary asset that senior attorneys are offering to growing law firms when they're selling those firms are their book of business, which consists of their client list and their referral source list. Taken together, the client list and the referral source list is the book of business. Senior attorneys have spent their entire careers developing that book of business. That's their primary components of value to their law firms. And now let's just look at that book of business. That is that senior attorneys have spent the great amounts of their career, often decades, building a book of business that consists of their clients and their referral sources. By and large, that book of business is an inanimate object. It's intangible, of course, and it can consist of hundreds, even thousands of clients, offers great value when senior attorneys are looking to sell their law practices. Let's now look, though, at that when senior attorneys are preparing to sell their law practices, the three updates that we recommend when they're considering to sell their practices. Those three updates consist of, well, let's look at the revenues that are coming in per practice area. Let's look at that client list, and let's please update your website and your LinkedIn profile. Let's focus primarily now for the purposes of the treasure chest of digital value that senior attorneys have with regard to their client lists. That is, the client list is inanimate, but it can become interactive. Okay, so what we're recommending when senior attorneys are considering selling their law practices is that from the inanimate side is let's update the book of business. Let's make it the second edition, let's call it, comparing it to a typical book. Second edition of your book of business is that you're updating the addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, that contact information, so we know who your clients are, where they are, how can we contact them. From the standpoint of making them interactive, let's also connect with clients on LinkedIn. Okay, so once we're connected with clients on LinkedIn, we could be sending them e-newsletters, sharing with them posts. For the purposes of the three treasure chests and this first treasure chest of Google reviews, let's also reach out to our very satisfied clients and start asking them for Google reviews. Because once clients of senior attorneys start presenting them with Google reviews, that inanimate book of business all of a sudden becomes interactive. Why? Because those Google reviews are going to appear on your website. And when visitors to the website are going onto the website, they want to see those reviews. They want to see tens of reviews, hundreds of reviews, sometimes even thousands of reviews. And the analogy that we make to Google reviews on a website for a law firm is similar to yesteryear when clients would come into your office and they'd read the testimonials in a book that you'd have on the coffee table in your office. And would-be clients can open that book and see, oh, okay, this family, they got the services of the attorney. They were super satisfied with the attorney. This business owner hired the law firm for similar needs as what we're considering to hire this law firm for. Well, in today's day and age, people go onto the websites. They're not going to be coming into your office and looking at that book on your coffee table. They want to and really need to review those Google reviews. So let's just look at that treasure chest itself. Because when senior attorneys have the book of business that they've developed over the course of their careers. Well, that book of business, that inanimate book of business, presents a tremendous interactive opportunity to reach out to clients. And this is not a heavy lift. This is not going to be your niece, it's not going to be your grandchild, but it is going to be a marketing firm. And it's not a huge investment because when you're reaching out to clients, they like you, they know you, they trust you, they want to help you. They will leave you those Google reviews that is going to add value while you're running your practice and will also add value in terms of buyers because buyers are going to see that, oh my goodness, this firm already has hundreds of Google reviews. People know, like, and trust this law firm and the lawyers at that firm. So now let's look at for our second topic for today. Our second topic is post sale, right? What's the post sale value of that treasure chest of digital value, the 5-star Google reviews that senior attorneys present? So let's first start with our prototypical growing law firm. Prototypical growing law firm that is ripe for growth by acquisition. They really want 3 resources to boost their growth. They want new clients, check the box. Senior attorney-led firms offer that. They need and want an experienced workforce. They want and need more lawyers, more para staff. Okay, check the box. Senior attorney-led firms present that. They also want and need digital content. That's not so much as senior attorneys have developed and they continue to develop. It's an absolute need by today's growing law firms. And let's look at why. Post 2020, there's absolutely a shift in consumer behavior when consumers are searching for lawyers. Unlike pre Google, and certainly unlike pre 2020, when people searching for lawyers would trust the word of mouth network in terms of how to find lawyers. Well, today's clients, they're searching for lawyers online, and growing law firms recognize that ongoing shift, it's happened. The genie is not going back in the bottle. And if we're looking for new clients today, as every and any firm needs, every law firm needs clients. That's the energy source for law firms. Growing law firms recognize that shift in consumer behavior. So now let's look at business development for growing law firms post 2020. That business development comes in really 4 digital ways and 1 old school way. Digital is Google, right? We know that we all search Google. In fact, almost 90% of all online searches, a little better than 90%, in fact, goes through Google. So growing law firms, for sure, are investing money to get the attention of clients via Google, as well as social media and publishing to social media, publishing digital content to social media. Websites. Of course, once you've got the attention of clients and they come to your website, at that point, that's where clients are going to be looking for and they want to review Google reviews. And when growing law firms are considering to grow by acquiring senior attorney led firms, they are absolutely looking at that book of business, that inanimate book of business thing. How can we make that book of business work for us? How can it generate business for us? How can it become interactive? And it becomes interactive by reaching out to those clients and adding to the Google reviews. Just to give an example of one firm, probably one of the largest firms in America, the largest injury firm for sure, 55,000 Google reviews that Morgan & Morgan can boast today. For sure, many firms won't even come close to that. But the fact that Morgan & Morgan solicits that number of Google reviews shows that Google reviews today is the social proof. It is the seal of approval by past clients. It's the yesteryear book on the coffee table of the law firm when you come into to read the handwritten note of the clients that were satisfied with the services, and just to look at that treasure chest of digital value in terms of the Google reviews that senior attorneys present to growing law firms. Senior attorneys present hundreds, even thousands of potential Google reviews because almost every person on that book of business that a senior attorney is bringing and presenting to a growing law firm, they are potential givers. And they want to give because they know, like, and trust the senior attorney and the lawyers at the senior attorney's office for the great services that they provide. They want to give Google reviews. We're used to it. We're accustomed to it in so many areas of our lives today. And by adding those hundreds, thousands of Google reviews to growing law firms, it presents tremendous value to growing law firms and is this treasure chest of digital value that senior attorneys present to growing law firms. So for today's buzzer beater, senior attorneys have access to treasure chests of hundreds, even thousands of Google reviews. Pre-sale, we know that today's law firm sales are structured as earnouts based upon the value that the book of business presents to a growing law firm, to a successor of the senior attorney. Senior attorneys built their books of business over the course of many years, and that book of business presents great opportunities in terms of what it is that they present, that is a senior attorneys present to growing law firms, in terms of the book itself that can contain hundreds, thousands of clients. What we recommend pre-sale is let's update that book of business. Okay, let's update that book of business in two ways. Let's update the book of business in terms of gathering the addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, that is the contact information. So making this book of business edition 2, 3, 4, whichever it is, in terms of the updates of the inanimate book of business. Let's also make the book of business an interactive book of business in terms of connecting on LinkedIn. And for the purposes here of this treasure chest of digital value in terms of Google reviews, let's reach out to satisfied clients. Ask them for Google reviews. Those Google reviews go onto your website because they present that social proof, that seal of approval that your clients know, like, and trust you. It will attract more clients to you in the short term. Longer term presents great value to growing law firms. Now let's look at it from a post-sale standpoint. Post-sale standpoint, growing law firms recognize that there's an ongoing shift that has happened in the marketplace. Today's consumers of legal services, that is would-be clients, they are going online primarily via Google to search for their lawyers. When it comes to growing law firms recognize that for business development post 2020, they are going to and they are investing in Google, social media. And when you get the attention of clients and bring the clients into your website, what do clients want? They want that social proof. They want that seal of approval that other clients, past clients, know, like, and trust those attorneys. And what is the sorry about that. What is that? Fill in the blank. What is it that clients, would-be clients, want to see when they go onto the websites of growing law firms? They want to see Google reviews. They want to see past people that know, like, and trust the attorneys that they're considering to hire. And we're so used to reviewing reviews in so many other areas of our lives that when growing law firms, when they acquire senior attorney-led firms, they recognize that senior attorneys present a treasure chest of digital value in terms of the potential of hundreds and even thousands of Google reviews of their past clients, can make those past clients interactive in terms of offering those Google reviews, adding to the Google reviews of growing law firms, which presents that social proof, seal of approval that we're all looking for as we're growing our firms digitally today and looking for ways for clients to know, like, and trust us. And that is the state of the market for law firm sales in a little bit more today than 11 minutes.